Hey everybody, Trainer Joe. I want to talk to you today about the 10 best foods for weight loss. Without eating too many calories and gaining weight. I want to talk about the best foods for this. Because bottom line, you're either going to burn what you wear or wear it. You're going to either burn what you eat or wear it. Burn it or wear it. Whatever you had for lunch today, you're going to burn it or you're going to wear it. So it's a good idea to find some nutrient-dense foods. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to eat very much. If you're eating calorie-dense foods, you're going to have to eat small amounts. So this guy, Joel Fuhrman, came up with this nutrient density chart. Dr. Joel Fuhrman. I kind of like it, but the way he came up with the numbers is not necessarily what we all want to go by. In my scale is 1,000. That's the highest number you can get. Very nutrient dense, low calorie. And then collards and down to Brussels sprouts is still really good. And then on the other, he has potato chips get an 11. Coke gets a 1, right? Vanilla ice cream gets a 9. So you got something there from the vanilla ice cream. Just go with nutrient-dense foods because you've got to have vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, and fiber, right? If you're not getting all of these, you're not going to be as healthy as you could be. Now, we left out carbs. You do not have to have carbs to live. But I would say you need to have them to live as abundantly and as healthy as you can. Having said that, a lot of people have difficulty controlling themselves when it comes to carbs. Protein's 4 calories per gram. Carbs are 4 calories per gram. Fat is 9 calories per gram. But the carbs are harder to control. You see the Cheddar Bay biscuits, the cookies, the pies, the cakes. It's coming, guys. Thanksgiving is coming, and you got the pancakes. So for some people, they say, you know what, I probably ought to do keto. And I would say, if keto is the only way you can control yourself, then do keto. Ideally, you would learn how to eat appropriately. You would not have an inappropriate relationship with food, so you don't have to do keto. It's kind of like going to prison so you don't rob banks. Hey, if that's the only way you cannot rob banks, go to prison. I'm all for it. And that's not a great example, but you get the idea. If the only way you cannot overeat is to do intermittent fasting, do intermittent fasting. It's better than the alternative. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of hard on those kinds of diets, but hey, I'm not totally against them either. I really think for some people, they're great. Good idea, because you're not able to do it, in my opinion, the right way. But that's okay. Because when we're going through transition, when we're going through struggles, sometimes it really is best to spend some time in jail. I'm not joking. Sometimes it really is best to take away that temptation, remove it until we're in a better place. That is not a negative. The fallacy would be this: I need the perfect diet or I'm going to be unhealthy and overweight. That's not true. In my opinion, there is nothing that you eat now that you need to stop eating. Nothing. Now, you eat too much of it, but it's not that you eat sugar. That's not your problem. You eat too much sugar. It's not that you eat pasta. That's not your problem. Or bread, but you eat too much pasta and bread. You just need to be more reasonable. You're going to have to either burn it or wear it. Hey, I am getting to the top 10 foods, but we needed to give a little groundwork first. I'm going to give you 10 foods. But we eat like we're from another planet. And then we're like, why am I 50 pounds overweight? Well, you eat like you're from Pluto. That's not the way earthlings should do it. So a lot of this is just realizing I don't need a crazy diet. I've been eating crazy already. I just need to be reasonable because I'm going to either burn it or wear it. So here's 10 best foods for weight loss. You ready? Number 1 would be veggies. I'm just going to say veggies. We just call that one food. Whether it's Brussels sprouts, broccoli, or cauliflower. Veggies. Veggies, because they are extremely nutritionally dense and they're not calorie dense. Nobody's walking around with carrot belly or celery belly. Next would be apples. Why apples? Because it's an apple. It's an apple. Apples a day, keep a doctor away. Apples are loaded with wonderful things, including fiber and nutrients galore. I do a thing on apples. You ought to see it. It just lists all the stuff that's in an apple. Apples are wonderful. They're easy. Take one with you. Have them in the fridge. Have good apples around all the time. 3 is fish. Fish is high in good, healthy fats, high in protein, relatively low in calories. Salmon would be my top pick. And then chicken. Why chicken? Man, you got to have your protein. You got to feed your muscles, man. So chicken is easy. It's everywhere. Anywhere you go and you're thinking, well, there's nothing here I can eat. Yeah, there is. They got grilled chicken. I don't care where you are. They got some grilled chicken. Get that. There's always anywhere you go. Then there's eggs. I fixed me a protein shake today, and for the first time, I just threw the whole egg in there, the shell and all. I saw somebody else do that, and I began researching it, and it's actually really good for you. It did give it a little bit of a chalkiness, but it was good. But eggs, why eggs? Because it's the perfect food. You got the whole thing in there. That has the good fats, nutrients all over the place. It's relatively low calorie. It's the perfect food. Eggs is like the best thing other than the mother's milk when it comes to the nutrients that our bodies need. Now, if you're a vegetarian, I apologize, but this is the deal. These are the foods. Next would be avocados. Avocados are simply amazing. They're a fruit. They're high in healthy fats, high in fiber. None of you getting enough fiber, I tell you that right now. And they're high in protein. You could live for 10 years on nothing but avocado. Next would be walnuts. Walnuts, similar to avocados, have healthy fats, great protein, and wonderful fiber. You get avocados and walnuts, you could live 20 years just on those two things. And we feel like we got to have 150 different foods to eat. You watch that show Alone. Alone, it's on Prime and Hulu and Netflix and History Channel, and these guys are on an island and they're just trying to find a fish to eat. One guy the other day was eating pine bark, and they're excited if they get 3 or 4 different options. When somebody does my program, I give them a sheet with 250 different foods on it, and they whine because there ain't no wine or Pringles. Walnuts. Next would be Trace Minerals Greens Pack. This is where it looks like I'm doing a commercial. I'm not, because I don't make any money on these. You can buy these wherever you want to. I get mine on Amazon, but this is a way when you feel like, man, I'm hungry, but I know I've had enough calories to eat, but maybe you feel like you need some nutrients. They're stevia sweetened. They're just vitamins, minerals, because of the powder in here is fruits and vegetables and all this good stuff. And I pour them in there and I shake it up and I drink it. I haven't had one in a while because my weight's really where I want to be. I feel good, but if I'm starting to gain some, I'll pour one of these in water and drink it. What you're trying to do here is get what you have to have without overdoing it in calories and gaining weight, right? You with me? We're good? Next would be xylitol gum. Xylitol is actually good for you, and this is gum, so there's no calories in it. It's just through, because you don't need, oftentimes when you think you're hungry, you're not. It's just a routine. It's your daily habit, and you think it's time for me to eat whatever, and really you don't need anything to eat. You got fat on your body that's weight. Every pound of fat is 3,600 calories of energy sitting there waiting for you to use it, and you just leave it there and you never use it. So choose some gum, and the last one would be nothing, because really you don't need nothing. We're just used to feeding ourselves constantly, so when we stop at a time we're used to eating, we think, aren't I supposed to be eating something right now? What should I be eating right now? Nothing. Get yourself a hobby. Go for a walk. Call your mama. You don't A lot of times when you think you do, a little bit of reprogramming, you ain't on Pluto anymore. Let's act like earthlings and eat reasonably, which means many times eat nothing. Had the grandkids over Saturday, and we were going to go to Gaddytown for dinner. And I said after lunch, don't eat nothing till we get to Gaddytown because you're going to eat pizza and salad. And Grandma just loves feeding them all the time. I said, Grandma, if Grandma gives y'all something to eat, what's it going to do, Adler? It's going to ruin your what, Adler? My dinner. That's right, don't eat. There should be times where we just don't eat because that's what makes sense. You got fat on your body, let it do its thing. Those are the top 10. You're going to burn it or you're going to wear it. If you need help with this, because this is not easy, we're in a culture that accepts overeating. We're entitled, we're indulgent, and we're overweight because that's the way we've been trained. I can help you train your brain and transform your body, but you're going to have to let me help you. Join our next virtual group. It starts next Thursday, October 8th. It'll be in the evenings. You can watch it live with a lot of your friends, or you can watch it recorded later, but you got to sign up. We'll put a link on here to where you can sign up. And we've got a special if you want to do it until Christmas and lose 30 pounds. We've got that too. But sign up for our next group and we'll help you get through this. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Trainer Joe, helping you train your brain and transform your body.